Welcome to the quick hitter version of Buckets, Boards, and Blocks. I'm Monica McNutt alongside my co-host King McClure. This week, our featured conversation is with Ari Ivory, the content producer, programmer behind Bleacher Report's highlighter account. And you know we talk WNBA opening weekend, but specifically the history made by Sabrina Ionescu to the opening weekend of season 25. Count it! My favorite slogan of all time. I'm always dropping that slogan. Where do we start, guys? Okay, Sabrina made some history.
Sabrina made some history 6 games into her career, 3 games into the season.
Made some incredible history, joins an elite group of folks on Tuesday night where she notched a 20-point triple-double. There's only 8 triple-doubles in the league. She became the youngest to do it, passing Dwana, why am I going to call her Child Bonner? That is not her name. Dwana Nolan, who did it at 25. Sabrina does it at 23. She also is one of 2 people now to have a 20-point triple-double. It's just her and Lisa Leslie. I will say, watching Sabrina, I was like, she's good, don't get me wrong, but don't underestimate the W. There's a learning curve.
Mm-hmm. Everybody said that.
And took off.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny, Monica, because last year, I don't know if it would have happened because the team as it was last year, she has a better support system around her this year, more talent around her, well-roundedness around her that can make things happen. So you can't get assists if people aren't making baskets. That just doesn't happen. But Sabrina has such a role on this team where she's a facilitator, she's a scorer, she can get under there and get the rebound. And that's what's going to contribute to. I don't think this is going to be her only triple-double either. And that's like prematurely saying it, but this was against Minnesota. This wasn't against like a scrub team. Like the first 2 games, and this is no knock to Indiana, we were still figuring out what New York was going to do because that was the competition that, that was a must win for them. And then you get against Minnesota and you're still showing out and you're able to distribute and contribute like that. So I just love the leadership she's taken on. I love the production she has on the court. I love that she doesn't get rattled by all the chatter. I love that she's not necessarily inherently like, I want to do this for me, but I'm going to do the things that I need to do to get my team to be where they are. Because Liberty hasn't gone 3-0 since 2007. So she's doing all the right things with the help around her as well. And so it's just a better, more well-rounded team. And I can see her doing this more in the future, which is crazy.
So with y'all being the experts on this and me just being a fan, but y'all the actual experts. So with what we're seeing right now in Sabrina, are we potentially maybe, I know it's kind of early, but are we potentially maybe looking at a potential top 5 player ever?
I think you're calling this really, really early. I think
I'm calling this early.
At least finish the season, but she's making history though.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Mike.
I thought you meant this season. I will say, King, and obviously if she averages close to a triple-double, you're going to have her in your MVP conversation. Like a no-brainer. I will say, I am curious, and Dre and I talked about this briefly on set last night. What now is the recalibrated ceiling for this New York team?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not necessarily putting them in my favorites to win it all.
Mm-hmm.
But Naja Laney?
Oh my God. Yes.
Like, most improved last year. If she can win the award again, she might take another leap. They look really good. And I think similar to Dallas, this is a league that is certainly driven by veterans.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that something about New York, something about Dallas is almost that house money mentality and the youth of it all.
Mm-hmm.
If they're going to get up and down the floor and defend teams, give me your best vest. Like, going to be a close game. You know what I'm saying? Your vets may take the edge, but these are not going to be teams that you're going to be able to roll over. So I'm really excited to see what the Liberty look like as we get into the season. And the other part, Rebecca Lobo made this point on Saturday. We've got the Olympic break this year.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, you hope everybody stays healthy, but the Olympic break will allow folks maybe dealing with injuries to get right. Maybe you get in the gym. We could, in theory, be looking at 2 different seasons, depending on how teams use that time, depending on how things go with stars that are actually competing in the Olympics. So this year's going to be really interesting.
If you'd like to hear more from our conversation with Ari Ivory, aka Miss Highlighter, go check out the full version of Buckets, Boards, and Blocks, presented by Pure Hoops Media, and also we're on YouTube, so go check us out.